Hi everyone, welcome back to the Average Aspirant Diaries. So, in episode 1 and 2, we covered consulting salaries at Accenture and E&M. Today, we are stepping into the world of sales and marketing, as many of you had requested so. So, with a real story of someone from uh, MDI Gurgaon. I hope you know this school. This is a very good school, B school to graduate from if you want to get into sales and marketing, right? So we are going to share another real story. This person went from MDI to Cipla, which is a major pharma company, and then to Dabur, and how his life and salary actually looked like, after 3 years in the market. So we are going to discuss all of that. So yeah, let's just get into it. Now, this is not any like LinkedIn success story. His story has been very not very uh, glamorous. So it's about a management trainee, MT, who became an ASM. He also switched companies, and yeah, he faced a lot of toxicity in the job, a lot of toxic culture, and he's still figuring out a lot of things, right? Just like most of us. So he's still figuring out what to do next, what not to do next. Now, setting some context here. Who is this person? Who is this about? So let's call him person X. He graduated from MDI Gurgaon in 2022. So the typical, April May graduation, somewhere around April May. It is a very good B school if you want to get into marketing, FMCG, or even to some extent for consulting also. And straight out of campus, he joined Sipla as a management trainee, MT, in 2022 June. 1 year later, within Sipla, uh, he moved to the ASM role. From MT, he became an ASM, which is an area sales manager, as many of you might know, right? This is the classic frontline sales role in pharma and even in FMCG, where many marketing people get placed in after their first MT stint. So after management training, this is typically the first role that you get an ASM. Now let's talk about the money. So at Cipla, when he was placed, his CTC was 21 LPA. Cipla CTC is 21 LPA. It had a fixed component of 16 lakhs. Other were variable or some joining bonus. So the rest was like maybe performance linked or other benefits, right? Now he was a fresher, and for a fresher from MDI, like 21 LPA, this is a very respectable kind of package. It's not bad at all, and that too in 2022. So it is not bad as a fresher. If you are getting 21 LPA from a college like MDI, it is good. It is decent. Now, what happened as a MT when he joined as an MT, a management trainee? He spent his time, learning all the things, doing market visits, working with these medical reps and understanding behaviors, managing distributors. These all typical sales things, right? And doing exactly the kind of frontline work that that is required in an ASM role. Now, on paper, it looked great, no? MDI, then Sipla, 21 lakhs. But the real problem actually started with him when he became an ASM. So, what this problem was that from June 2023, he was officially the ASM of Sipla. Now, this role, sounds fancy. Many dream of getting this role. You handle a territory of your own, an area of your own. You are the CEO of that particular area. You manage the team. You have your own targets. You have a proper team under you. But in reality, it what it means is you have a number pressure, a daily number pressure, long hours in field and constant coordination with both your team and your suppliers, distributors, these things. So in just 5 months, he was very frustrated. In December 23, he made a tough decision and he quit without any job. And this was not because of money, right? Because money is fairly decent and you get some other perks when you are in FMCG or a pharma company. You get various allowances when you are out on duty. So money was not a problem, but because of toxicity, toxic culture. There was a lot of micromanagement, there was a lot of pressure, and there was an environment which, drained him a lot. So this is something, no placement report, ever talks about. Culture, this is very, very important. And the problem with culture is it is invisible until you actually start working. Once you join the company, once you start working there, only then you will be able to see this particular thing. Otherwise, from outside, it is always invisible. People can claim a lot of things, but then mostly it depends on your team and how actually the high, how it is coming from top down. So this is about it, right? Now let's talk about the switch. So in after a short break in April 2024, he joined Dabur as an ASM. Now, if you know this company, Dabur, you might be wondering why this person is moving from a toxic culture to Dabur, right? But the problem is, uh, Dabur is in itself a very strong brand, no doubts in that. But it is not known for the most, employee friendly culture. Again, it is not very employee friendly culture. However, there was an exception which made him, pursue with this particular decision. That is, he got a role of ASM, and the area he got, this particular area allowed him to meet his family and stay near his family. So this was a huge plus point for this particular person, and that changed everything for him, right? Even if the culture wasn't perfect, being close to home gave him more support in a way, and stability, and a sense of belongingness. So sometimes you see the right job is not the one with best brand or best money, but it is the one which lets you stay calm and lets you breathe at least. Let gives you some rest. Now coming to the salary journey at Sipla again, we saw he started with the 21 LPA CTC where 16 was fixed. When he moved to Dabur, they offered him an 18 LPA fixed and some joining bonus which he did not reveal, but it was not much. But 18 LPA fixed, right? And on the face of it, like that's a slight shift, from 16 to 18, that is there. And it is also a lateral move as ASM, so it is not actually a very bad package, it is okay, right? And in 2024, since he joined mid cycle, he got a 7% appraisal at year end, and that took his fix to around 19.4. And then coming to 2025, his salary again increased by 11%, taking his fix to almost 21.5 lakhs. Now, this is not all. On top of this, in 2024 and in 2025, he got a variable of net. I'm talking about net after taxes, post taxes, take home variable of 2 lakhs each in each year. So this is over and above the fixed salary, and this is post tax actual in hand. So you saw right in this particular example that this is no flashy or overnight jump of 30 to 40 lakhs, but it is a very steady climb, not even a steady, below under average, like slightly under average, but still somewhat steady, from 16 to almost a fixed of 21.5, plus 2 lakhs variable each year. In about 3 years he have achieved this. Now, here's the honest part. No, as of now, he's still an ASM at Dabur. This is what it is like. What is bothering him right now is that there is no promotion as of now, right? So he did not get any glamorous, brand manager title, or let's say regional manager or category manager, whether internally or by switching. He did not get it. But just because your title is not changed does not mean you are growing. So he has learned a lot, and sales in general, it is all about learning and how you manage relationships, people expertise, and things like that. So yeah, this will actually help him, down the line when he switches or looks for other jobs. Now, if you compare this with consulting stories, the numbers look very different. In consulting, you saw faster promotions, bigger percentage hikes, and the problem was that there are very long hours and very volatile lifestyle in consulting. In marketing and sales, starting salary can be average, and but the growth is almost often steady, not explosive for many people. And culture matters a lot because your work is deeply people driven. But again, for this person, being close to family, having a manageable area, and maintaining mental health was important. So yeah, this was all about this particular example. I'll try to cover more and more examples. If you want me to cover any particular sector, let me know in the comments. You had requested this video of sales and marketing because there was a lot of consulting videos on YouTube. So yeah, if any particular sector you have in mind or any particular company, do let me know. I'll try to find people and get their stories and share it with you. So thank you so much, guys. Have a nice day.